Welcome to Unruly 3, father of 3 unruly kids.
I'm not really.
So my sister saw this skateboard that I made for my daughter, and she asked me if I would make one for her son. So I went ahead and took some African mahogany and some alder, cut it up kind of like I was making a great big huge giant cutting board. And then I took this pattern. So a local guy here has these patterns that he makes and he sells them. I think I paid $30 for this pattern, and I can use this to make these drop-through skateboards. So when I say my nephew, he's an adult, but he loves using longboard. He takes his longboard and he rides it back and forth to work. So I thought this would be really good. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cut out these patterns. Now, it's kind of funny. I didn't know what to put on the bottom of his skateboard, and I was kind of racking my brain trying to figure out what do I put on the bottom of this. I asked my sister, and she gave me an idea, and then I thought, I don't know if that's what I want to do. So I went ahead and I called his older brother, and I said, hey, what should I put on here? And the first thing he said was a marijuana leaf. And I thought, I don't know. So then I call his sister up and I said, hey, what should I put on the bottom of his skateboard? And the first thing she said was a marijuana leaf. So I went with what my sister said too, and I put a marijuana leaf on the bottom. I think it turned out really good, and I hope he's going to love it. So this is a trick that I saw on a number of different sites. I think the Wood Whisperers use this. And so you put down glue, or you put down tape. So instead of gluing these together, so I want to use the one for my template. So I'm going to put some super glue down, and then I put the sticky side up on this one. So it's the non-sticky parts are being glued together. And then I put a little bit here that I need to put. Of course, it's sticky side up, so it's sticking to my fingers. And then you put the glue on the tape, and then when you put this down, the glue is sticking to each other, but it's actually the tape that is holding the skateboard. And then after you take this to the flush bit for my router, you take it apart, and it's just the tape that is sticking to it. So here I just have my flush bit router going, and I have my pattern on the bottom, and the little roller on that is only letting it go up to where the pattern is, and trimming off all the extra on the top that I have on my skateboard. Works pretty slick. So now I have a pattern that I can do. I can make a number of different skateboards for this one, and I think this one came out pretty nice. Cut it on the CNC machine, make sure that you have it nice and equal on all sides and symmetrical. Then I took it over to my drill press, and I'm just going to cut through here, just take out these holes as best as I can, and then with my flush trim router bit I can go back in and clean out the rest of that too. Now I wanted to do something really cool. I wanted to put this, so I had this slab stitcher for Christmas, and I have these little Montanas that I can put in it. My nephew lives in Montana, so I thought, oh, this will be perfect. He's going to love this. But I did not record it. So I'm going to do one, and I'm going to put it onto a scratch piece. So I have the Montana underneath, and that's as thick as the inlay is. And then I have the insert on the top, and that lets me know how deep I need to make my cut here. So on this piece of scratch paper here, or scrap wood, I put the Montana down, and then I didn't start my dust collector. Okay. So after I can kind of cut through here, cuts around the edges, it doesn't allow it to cut into there because there's a bit in there, a collet that's not letting it get any closer to the plastic or the template. But once I get all of the pieces out, then I can put the Montana in. And so here on the bottom of the skateboard, see, that's my Montana. So here I did it on the bottom of the skateboard. All you have to do is go into the corners a little bit with your chisel and just make them a little bit square so that the Montana can fit into it good. And then I just take it over to the sandpaper. So I want to say, I went 80 grit first, and then I did 120, 180, and then I hit it with 220, and I think that's where I called it good. So the Montana looks really good on the top. That's in walnut. And then flip it over, and can get all of this extra epoxy out of here that I had sitting around. The 80 grit makes pretty quick work of this epoxy. You don't want to hold it in one place like I'm doing right here too long. You want to be careful not to do what I'm doing right there. And then I'm just going to router around the edges just to make it so I think I used a 1/4 inch round over bit here. And I'm just going around trying to make it so it's easier on the touch. Here's a picture that I sent to my sister, and she was really happy with this part so far. Then I got a drill in where I'm putting my, these are called trucks. Just got to make sure that I put them into using the pattern from before, eye the holes, and then see if the trucks are going to match up. They seem to do pretty well. All right, I'm going to do the finish. This is that deft finish. This is my favorite finish by far. So I think I put on 4 coats, and it dries within maybe 10 minutes. So you can put on your next coat. And then I just go over it with a brown paper bag once it's all the way done. And then I actually put 2 more coats on it afterwards. All right, so here's how you do the wheels. I saw lots of people online doing these. So you put the bearing on first. And then I got these cool Sector 9 wheels. You put them with the inside out. That's to get your bearing on there. Then you put a bearing on, and then your spacer. And then now you have your bearing on the outside. Then you squeeze it on there good. And then squeeze it on. And then make sure that, tighten it up. So you still got some, so it still rolls pretty well. Yeah. And now I have so here I am just checking the trucks to see how they fit. The other one, of course, went in like a dream. And then this one here that I'm actually recording, the screw doesn't want to go in, so I have to go get something to fix it. And then I'm just going to use the magic of editing and have it put in there with the nuts on there. There we go. And then, so I think somebody had shown that it's easier if you hold it with your screwdriver and then twist the other spots instead of trying to twist the screwdriver. So this is what I was doing here, just holding it tight with the screwdriver on the one side, twisting with the tool on this side. And that seemed to be better than trying to twist the screwdriver and scratching up the surface. No, I have no idea what these are. So grab one of these guys, put the tires in here, and then grab another one of these with the metal part facing up. I knew that. And I have no idea whether to put them on super tight or not. So I just kind of did what I thought felt pretty good and tighten them up. And then I took this down to the local skate shop. They thought it was really cool. And I had them put the grip tape on the top. Now this is where the only thing that I'm not super happy about with this. They said they had clear grip tape. And I didn't want black because I want to see the Montana. But they said they had clear grip tape. And once I put the clear on, I went to go pick it up. I saw that it isn't super clear. I don't know what I was expecting. But I have a little bubble here. But maybe my nephew can trim it out a little bit. But yeah, I think it turned out really good. I hope that he loves it. I think they're going to give it to his birthday. So happy birthday. Thanks for watching, guys. Sticking around the whole time.